Kenneth Waltz is one of my favorite political scholars, and he just recently wrote this column in USA Today. It got me extremely excited. He wanted to talk about the nuclear capabilities of Iran and whether or not Iran having a nuclear weapon would lead to instability in the Middle East. And his argument is, no, okay, Israel, the United States, they're all panicking over nothing. If Iran actually has nuclear capabilities, it will increase the stability in the Middle East. And this is an argument that's consistent with all of his other writing. He says that if you arm the entire world, it'll basically make one country fear another, right? You're not going to want to drop a nuclear bomb on a country when you know they also have nuclear capabilities and they can strike back easily. So he says, every time another country has managed to shoulder its way into the nuclear club, the other members have always changed tack and decided to live with it. In fact, by reducing imbalances in military power, new nuclear states generally produce more regional and international stability, not less.
Look, it's an interesting argument. One part of it I accept, which is don't panic. We don't have to start a giant war in the Middle East to prevent the possibility that Iran might at some incredibly later date change their nuclear energy program into a nuclear weapons program. Don't panic. The part I disagree with is more weapons leads to more stability. Well, look, in the issue of guns here in the U.S., that hasn't really worked out for us. Everybody's got guns. We're number one. We're number one in guns per capita, and we have horrible gun violence.
The flaw in Waltz's argument, and this is something that he acknowledges himself, is that he makes the assumption that we're all rational actors. We're not all rational actors. In my perspective, we're not.
Right.
So if every country on this planet has nuclear weapons, is there one actor that is bound to do something irrational? I think so.
Definitely. And so, again, there's a kernel in there I agree with. Some neocons say that Iran, everybody in Iran that's in leadership is crazy. They're all lunatics and they're foaming at the mouth and they can't wait to press the button. That's not true. They're rational actors. They've engaged as rational actors in foreign policy in ways that we might disagree with, but understand through all of these different decades. And by the way, they haven't started any wars in the Middle East while we've started how many now? How many are we up to, right? Mm-hmm. So yes, they are rational actors as much as anybody is. Having said that, overall, I disagree with Kenneth Waltz because you give everybody weapons, they're not all going to be rational actors. In fact, I'm much more concerned about Pakistan, honestly. Like they say, oh, look, there's stability between India and Pakistan because they both have nukes. I don't think there's great stability. First of all, we have Kashmir, and second of all, we have terrorist bombings, certainly in India. It appears done by Pakistan all the time. By the way, when the US and Russia and Soviet Union had nukes, we went to war anyway, through proxies in Vietnam. One could argue in Korea, obviously, et cetera. So that doesn't necessarily produce stability. And by the way, I think ultimately the greatest chance we have of a horrible, world-changing war is between Pakistan and India when an irrational actor in Pakistan, that's my guess, goes, yeah, let's do it, and presses the button. I think that's much more of a concern than Iran is. Saudi Arabia spreads violent, radical, jihadist Islam throughout the world. And they cause nothing but instability. Of course, the U.S. loves Saudi Arabia. We never criticize them because why? They have most of the oil. Right? It's sick. It's really disturbing. But Pakistan might beat Saudi Arabia in that. Somebody in Pakistan is going to do something crazy. It's not that all the Pakistanis are crazy. Of course not. Some of my best friends are Pakistani. Okay. But in all honesty, and I tell them this too, at some point, there's a very good chance there's going to be a very unstable leader in Pakistan that's going to be weirdly fundamentalist and is going to do something really stupid, and they've got nukes. So watch out for Pakistan.